All right, yo, irrational logic. Listen, I've been waiting a long time to do a segment like this, man. You know, we gonna talk about the birds. You know, we're gonna talk about the birds, but first of all, Cowboys. Early birthday present. Today my birthday, but it felt like my birthday was on Sunday, because goddamn. Hey, Dougie P still looking out for me. You hear me? Dougie P still looking out for the birds. They ain't going nowhere. We love you, Doug. Appreciate that. Before we get to that though, we got a word of the day, and the word of the day is submission. Brother Jesse, can you introduce the subject for us? Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, yeah, man, me and my lovely wife, we was having a conversation about the word submission.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I guess what the holdup is, or lack thereof.
Okay.
In the women community, when it comes to the word submission,
we about to get canceled. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because something that, like, she's about to get on and explain herself, but
okay, cool.
She feels like a lot of women have a problem with the word submission.
So the word has a complexion. Okay.
The word is a trigger for some women, or some people, whatever.
People, period. Men too. Yeah. Men too, if you don't understand what it means. Go ahead.
And that's the angle that I took from it. Like, if the word submission triggers you, then I feel like there's an issue there. There's something there that's underlining. You feel me?
I get you on that.
Because
Ev, you gotta come on. You gotta get on the mic, Ev. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on the sideline in the audience.
I feel like
lifeline. You can get your shot.
I feel like the definition. Definition of the word, I guess, will come into play, because depending on what your definition is,
true,
it would depend on the weight that word holds. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about it.
I made the point that, because she says, men don't have to deal with it or whatever. I made the point, just my observation. Yeah. I feel like men, believe it or not, most men, I can't say most, I feel like a lot of men naturally submit to their woman.
Okay, I'm with that.
The whole concept behind happy wife, happy life, or whatever the case may be, I feel like
that's a different subject. That's something totally different. We'll talk about that later. But go ahead, keep going.
It is, but I feel like as a man, you naturally are in a position to where you're kind of
being submissive. And certain things, you giving things up, you submitting.
Yeah, it's like you're catering to your wife. You're catering to your wife mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever the case is.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a natural thing for a man, because most men are constantly trying to please a woman or trying to appease a woman.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you naturally
are
in a submissive type of state, if it makes sense.
Yeah, you know what it is though, man? I'm gonna say this, right? So we grown men. So the word submissive is also triggers for, I think, grown men too, because they hear that, they say, "Oh, you a simp." You know what I mean? That's just like that's a buzzword for men. But really, if you dedicated to a woman, you're being submissive to her in a way that you're giving up a certain lifestyle to make sure that everything's good in your relationship. That if you would continue to do what you used to do, your relationship's going to be toxic. It's not going to be productive, and you can be miserable. So there are some things that you have to submit to as far as the expectations of a woman. So men are submissive as well. But I know there's two sides to every coin. Go ahead, Ed. Let's see your piece. What you talking about?
Well, I feel like the word submission or being submissive has definitely been tainted.
Okay.
And I look at the word submission and respect as ego-based words. And if we're in relationships, ego should not be a part of that. So instead of saying,
So you're saying, hold on, just make sure I get you. I don't want to cut you out. But I hate when people say that. I don't mean to cut you off, but then cut people out. I hate that, but I'm kind of doing it. So just to make sure I have this straight. You're saying it doesn't matter in the context that the word is being used. It's just the word right there can like cut off all thought or all the conversation. Now but you can't do that though.
But they're trigger words. They're ego-based words. They're words that feed the ego. And so I feel like when it comes to submission, when a man says, I want a woman that's submissive, it's almost like a ego boost. And in a way, it's like when a woman or when someone says a woman is being submissive, submission is more like I'm giving something up.
You are.
But
we all are.
But instead of saying something like that, knowing that it is fueled by ego, I think the word trust needs to be placed instead of submission and respect. Because when a man says, I demand respect, like you can't demand something, you have to earn it. Just like submission is something that you have to earn. It's not something that's demanded. So it's like, if we get rid of these ego-based words and use words that are more, I guess, love-based and I guess what's another word that I forgot? I said this a while ago.
Let me just, if I could. So the word by definition, like if you look in a dictionary for submissive and respect, there's no tagline that says be careful, please use with caution, because this might start an argument. The word is a natural, like if you're having a conversation and that word does fit based off the conversation that you do have, it should be able to be used. And then on top of it, I'll say this. If you know the person that you're talking to, either A, they have defined what that word means to them. So if I say this, okay, let's say we talking and you say that I don't like that word. And I say, well, this is how I define that word. Now, if you understand that and that doesn't bother you, it doesn't matter when I say it. But you got to be able to say, okay, that's what it means to that person. If I could define it on how I mean it, and then I still say it, you get an attitude, well, that's not helping out the situation. We stuck on a word, and that's really not even helping the situation. The word has caused us not to be productive. You know what I mean? Like, just because it triggered you, but it's being used in the right context. So you got to be kind of careful with it, like as far as that's concerned. But like, if you say submissive don't mean trust. Those two different things. You know what I mean?
How do you not put the two in the same category? So, I can't submit to you if I don't trust you. I
can trust you to go out every Saturday and have a bottle of liquor because that's what you do. That's your behavior. So I trust to do what you try. That means you're not being submissive. I trust you to do what you're going to do. When it comes to submissive, yeah, listen, if I have a situation, we have an expectation relationship, right? You build a relationship. Like for me personally, I've learned throughout my 40 years of life that you have to set expectations if you really truly believe that you can see a future with someone, right? So one of the first things I tell a woman, when I first meet them, I don't argue. I do not fuss. We can have a conversation and we can figure things out, but it's not gonna be any them involved because it's not gonna be productive. If we're having a conversation and you get an attitude, arguing back and forth, we just both gonna leave mad. There's not gonna be a solution that's taking place. We still gonna be in the same spot we started with, right? So that's one of the pet peeves. So when it comes to like, I'm setting expectations, listen, some of the things that I want you to be, I want you to change up, that I would like you to submit to is X, Y, and Z. And these are the things that I'm gonna submit to. Or you gonna say, well, these are my expectations. Okay, I'm gonna submit to that too. Now we on the same page. We got expectations that we can hold each other accountable with. So I don't think the word submissive is a bad word. I think society has, things that other people think, and we have a herd mentality, like with social media and everything. Like the word simp, for instance. People use simp for everything. What is simp to me? And this is what I'm gonna define simp. Simp to me means that you a sucker. Like this girl really ain't feeling you. You out here spending money. She ain't picking up the phone. She just doing you any type of way, but you still treat her like she's the Queen of England. You a simp. You a simpleton. That's how I look at simp. But some people just say simp because, like I was watching a show on YouTube the other day. The dude said, dude is simp because he brought, she went out with a girl with a date and he paid for the meal. How's he a simp, man? Like, if you got it, you cool. Like, if you won't worry about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a simp, bro. You got it. That was the expectation. Like, she didn't say, you didn't tell her you had to pay Dutch. You know what I'm saying? You went out to the mill. She ain't asked for you to do it. You just said, boom, I took the bill. That's not being a simp. That's being that's me showing you that I'm interested. Like, I'm kind of, and I'm cool with doing this for you because I mess with you. So, I mean, society defines things so crazy. But to me, submissive is not a trigger word. But I don't know. So, like, let me ask you this, though, Em. So, like, if y'all having a conversation, just y'all two, and Jay say submissive, it might, is it cool? Or let me ask you this. If he uses submissive between y'all two, is it different from him saying submissive in front of a company or in front of an audience?
It's not a trigger word for me. I know that it's a trigger word for a lot of females. I was watching a video of myself, and this guy brought up submission, and all the females was like, oh my God. And it was just like, you could tell it's a trigger word for most women, because most women look at it as men are looking at.
I thought you was like on the other side. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring you to the light. My bad. That's I'm assuming. Go ahead, keep talking. Yeah, I like it. Go ahead.
No, it's like women nowadays. It's a new breed of women out here nowadays, right. And all of them. It's just like, what do you mean submit? Like, the attitude started flying, and that's when I started to see the ego being brought up, and I was just like, submission seems like an ego word. It is definitely it's bruising these females' egos.
Come on now.
And so it's
Talk about it.
It's not. I feel like you said, society has definitely tainted the word submission. That's why I feel like we should maybe try to use a different word, because it seems like women aren't getting it.
Why we gotta change up what the word means just because everybody else think you that's what the dictionaries say. I mean, if you already got your mind, so this is the other thing about those shows, like, they waiting for you to say something.
Yeah.
They wait for you to say something so they can jump off. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other part about it, right? And these women, I think, as a society, like, for real, we going like, our population is going to decline because women. It's a war going on outside between men and women right now. There's a war going on outside that some women feel like they're empowered, they're independent, and they don't have to, they don't need a man and everything else. And I'm cool with that if that's what you really mean. But don't get up in your age and now you alone, ain't got no kids, and wondering what happened because you ain't pretty as you used to be, but because you ain't never actually built a foundation. You ain't never laid down the soil. You never planted the seeds to build a foundation for you to have a kingdom with the person that, or have even try to find a partner because you're so hossidity with you. I'm this, I'm that. I got this amount of money. I don't need no man. Don't talk about it then. If that's not your cup of tea, cool. You don't got to infect all these other women. Like Kevin Samuels said, like, yeah, women coming up here. You know what I'm saying? If you look at her attributes and she talking about something, I need a boss dude, or I need a 1% dude making X amount of money. Like, shorty, what you bringing to the table? And now that's why I say there's a war going on outside,
Yeah.
And like when it comes to these women, for real, I don't know if y'all feel the same, but I'm nervous for them, because
Bro,
go ahead.
We got 5, well, about to be 6. Probably go over here. We got 5 kids right now.
Right. I feel for you, brother.
4 of which are boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
10 years ago, you've been straight, but now these women are, whoa.
Bro, I'm terrified raising boys in today's world.
It's all about it.
If it's not, yeah, and by no means is this, bashing women. Not at all.
Nah, not at all.
But if it's not these women out here, these new breed of women that don't want to do nothing, don't want to support or bring nothing to the table or help out, then you got to worry about if you was born a woman. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a whole different subject. That's a whole different subject.
Yo, like, society.
Don't get caught.
Society is insane right now, bro.
It's
like
insane.
I'm at a loss, man. Like
It's at these
so
dudes too.
different.
It is.
Yeah, and
But these
and
dudes-
it goes both ways because it's a new breed of thing.
I'm gonna tell you something else though. Like on some real stuff, like there's a lot of young boys out here that are so concerned about the bling, so concerned about the cars, but they ain't worried about building their financial health. They're not worried about buying a house. They rather rent all the time. You know what I mean? They cool with using their girl cars. You know what I'm saying? But see, what happens is you go through that step. Yeah, she loving you because y'all do a good time. Y'all have, you know, do the 1-2 and everything is cool. But as soon as you do something wrong, guess what? She gonna say get out. Yeah. She gonna say get out because y'all ain't build that together. It's mine. You know what I'm saying? We got these baby boys out here too. You know what I'm saying? That wanna act like it's something that they really not, instead of building towards that piece. And that also gives some women some situation where they have experience where they feel jaded, where dude, you know, he didn't come through in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, it's not going to change unless we have a real conversation. And when I say have a real conversation, have an open mind. And I think that's the worst thing right now. You look at all these shows, everybody, like, before somebody says something, they already got their mind made up. They ready to speak on what they talk about instead of absorbing what the knowledge that they're getting. Mm-hmm. So it just goes right past their head. But if you about to say something, I think I cut you off. Go ahead.
What I'm about to say? I forgot.
My bad. No, you good. You good. So like submissive. So you saying this? Go ahead.
Oh wait, this might be it. Hold on. Wait. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
So what your standpoint is? Let me ask you this though. This is a better one for you. How can a man communicate that? What's the best way for a man to communicate when I say these words? This is what I mean. And have them absorb that and take it for what it is. Is there anything a man can do to use the words that fits without triggering these people? Is there something that they could do better with?
All right, so let's say a guy's talking to a woman. He's like, listen, I just need you to submit to me. I need you to be there for me. And then she gets triggered from submit, right? And she's like, what you submit? I'm not giving up nothing. And he's like, you know what? Let me change it. I need you
I'm not changing nothing.
I need it. But see, it's a give and take here. The give and take here. We got to change the mentality.
For that, though?
Yes.
Who mentality got to change? For the word that I use that is right for this scenario. Do I got to change the word that's been there for years?
That's the problem. That is the problem. That word is right for you. It's not right for the person that you're talking to. And if I'm sitting here and I'm in a relationship with someone, I have to be able to communicate in a way that they understand. You may understand it that way, but she's not taking it that way.
But if I define that's what I mean, though. After I tell you,
it doesn't matter. This is not about you. This is not about. You got to take you out the situation. You already know what you're trying to say.
So I gotta change up my style.
You love her?
Because she won't, but you don't want to change up your style, but I gotta change up my style.
Are you gonna submit to her?
I already submitted. I already said, listen, if I give an example, listen, this is how I'm submitting to you. I'm not going. Now, I ain't gotta give out my phone number. We spending quality time together. We watching Netflix and chill. We go do everything. You met my family, I met your family. We keep it 100. We put money aside. We try to invest. I'm submitting all these things in. These are submissions. These are my investments. I'm submitting these things. I'm submitting to you because I'm doing these things for us. If I'm telling you that's what I'm doing, and then when I say submit, it shouldn't flip.
This is why I'm saying the word trust has to be put in there, because you could submit all this stuff, but I may not trust the outcome. I gotta trust the outcome. I gotta trust you. I gotta trust everything you say, and everything you say that you're gonna submit, I have to trust it. If I don't trust it, then it means nothing.
Right. So let me ask you this though, because sometimes it just means y'all ain't compatible.
It is.
Sometimes it's just that.
Sometimes maybe you not listening.
It could be, but sometimes it's like this though, right? So if I have to switch, so basically what you're saying is I didn't have to change myself and you get to stay how you are. Is that fair?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't think it's necessarily no one changing. I think it's...
I got to change my words, though. So I got to
communicate. You got to communicate in a way
differently
that you understand.
Yeah. It's like if you talking to you talking to me, or Jasper, or one of our boys.
Yeah.
You communicate a certain way.
Of course.
Because we understand that.
Of course.
Now you go talk to somebody else who's not from where we from, you communicate differently.
Right.
So that they understand you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much you changing yourself, you're adapting to the situation. You feel me?
It's just like in this marriage. We had to adapt to each other's communication styles.
True.
So when...
But both of y'all adapted, right? Because when we talking about one side...
adaptation, that's all it is. Jesse was more logical. I was more emotional in my thinking. He had to learn me, and I had to learn him. It's not that we weren't compatible. We just have our own way of communicating.
And y'all got PhDs in each other right now, and that's awesome.
Exactly.
Not mad at that. But what I'm saying is, if you in between, like, you talking about, like, people getting triggered off these words, they on a panel. You know, like, these people all put together, ain't never met each other before, and, like, coming from one stage to another, like, if I'm from Virginia and you from Idaho, certain things I say you ain't gonna pick up, or you might take them a different type of way. Who knows how that's gonna go, you know? But when you're talking to, you know, if you're trying to build a relationship and everything, this is what I mean, this is what I do. You know, you could take, like, I don't understand how I could say this is my thing, and this is what I mean by it. And if you take it and say, no, that's not what you mean. That's what I don't get. Like, if I say this is what I mean, and I say it, you're like, no, that's what I told you. I told you this is what I mean. That shit would be, and the same thing goes around. Like, if you say something to me, I'm like, yo, I don't like that. Well, this is what I meant by it. Okay, cool. So when you say it, as long as it's not disrespectful, then I'm cool. And submissive is not a disrespectful word to me, but I get your point to the fact that women don't want to hear that because that means that they're losing something. That means they feel like they're down.
They don't recognize what they could gain from the situation. All they see is what they're losing.
That part. That's it.
That's where the trigger comes from.
That's it right there. You hit it right there. That's it. That is it right there. So let me ask you this. For these young ladies out. So for the couple of young ladies that maybe watch this thing right here, what is some advice you would give to them when it comes to trying to find your king out there? Like, you know, I'll tell you, it's a different age, because when we were coming up, there was no social media, you know, there's so many options out here. Like, you can go online and they might be a fake person, they might just have a Google picture, they might be a man, who knows? But there's so many different things that, you know, so many different options for people that I think people get sidetracked, especially these young women out here. Yeah, so what is some advice you would give to the young ladies, the young viewers that maybe they're single and have their fair share of failure as far as relationships are concerned? What are some things that you would what's some advice would you give to them?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Just your top 2 or top 3, you know, that you would say when it comes to, I know y'all been together a while, so I don't even know, but you coaching that, you know what I mean? You got the game, you coach. So you got to give these ladies some wisdom, you know what I mean? We need more coaches out here. That's the problem. Everybody trying to be a player. We need some more coaches. Coaches need to show up. You got to show up as coaches out here.
I'm just saying, like, first, stop taking everything so personal.
Come on now.
Like,
come on, that's it.
Everything ain't about attacking you.
It ain't.
Everything's not about tearing you down. Like, men have it hard enough out here, and women don't make it easy. Fact. You know, and I feel like it's like this battle between men and women. It's always this battle, and we don't realize that we're in the same boat together. We're in the same boat together.
1 + 1 is 2. Guess what? If we stay at 1, we still got 1. We can be 2.
Right.
Or we can be 1. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Facts.
So that's the first thing, is just don't take everything personal.
I like that. I like that a whole lot. And I think that happens too much. I think not only that, but people worry about what other people think about them too much.
Absolutely.
Everything's and that's the thing about this world, right? Everything is in front of an audience. But you put it in front of the audience too. So if you're on social media, or you're on Snapchat, or you're your IG, you going live, and you know what I mean, you showing the world what you want them to see, and they all in your business. you put yourself out there for the audience to make their suggestions or to be all up in your stuff. And everybody don't have good intentions for you, believe it or not. Everybody doesn't have good intentions for you. So you gotta be careful with that. What else you got for me? For the young ladies out here? Matter of fact, you know what? How about this? What you got for the young men out here? What would you tell these young boys from a female perspective? Because we talk to these dudes, like I talk to my nephews and all the time, but from a female perspective, what do these young men need to be doing?
I feel like there's a lot of game playing.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Like, when it comes to men, like, y'all know how hard y'all have it. And then they add games on top of it. No, we were just talking about this. Guys go into situations nowadays talking about, like, they act like, let's say alphas. Like, they act like alphas. So I want this feminine woman. I want her to be submissive. I want her to be home and all that stuff. But then you get this woman who's not down to help when shit gets hard. But yet, this is what you was looking for. You was looking for the stay-at-home, pretty girl that really don't got much going for herself. And then when you need a partner, you don't have one.
Right.
So for men, y'all gotta be real about what it is you want. Do you want a partner or do you want a trophy?
That's real talk. That's fellas, if y'all listen, that's the realest thing. Know what you want, man, because these girls out here that's like, listen, I'm just keeping it 100, and I don't care what people say. Like, if you got a shorty, what I'm saying, it's on IG or whatever, and every time you turn around, she's somewhere taking pictures and everything, boom, boom, boom. She's really about her right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might not be the one you want because she is about, if y'all are doing it together, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if they all around, they doing their pictures they want to, that's a trophy. That's a trophy, dog. She's more about her she wants everybody to know me. She wants to be trying on outfits, showing her shape off, all that good stuff. And that might have brought you there. And that's cool. Now the question is, once you get there and you establish the terms, is she still doing that? If she's still doing that, then understand what it is and be cool with that. Just know this is what it is for right now. And she could develop. She might not off the top might be like, I'm not giving all this up for you. I don't know you like that. And that's cool too. You might have to build it. That's fine. Yeah. But also know that if it is just what it is, it's like my man Jalen Church say, to make sure the main thing is the main thing, bro. Just know what it is, period. Yeah. And I think, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like you gotta look at it like look at it like stocks. Men who are out here dating.
Okay, talk about it.
You don't just throw money at anything.
You better not.
You're gonna have to look at what you getting. You want to make sure this is what you really want to invest in. You want to make sure this is what you want to spend your time on. Men out here just throwing shit away, honestly.
Well, let me ask you this though, Ev. Is that because it's false advertising out here? Huh? Is some of these women acting like they're something, or is they wolves in sheep's clothing? And men too, y'all do the same thing. Men, y'all do the same things too. We both play a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this. When you first meet somebody, you want to interview, bro. Like, if you go to an interview, you're not being your real self. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to interview with, a fifth of my hand. Like, what's up, G? You know what I mean? What's poppin'? You know what I mean? I'm not being myself. I'm like, hey, my name's Terrence. You know what I'm saying? My voice changing everything. You know what I mean? Like, that might switch up on me. I'm a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? So when you go on that first date, it's going to be everything. I want a salad and some water. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a whole different person. Next thing you know, she ain't no whole goddamn rack of ribs. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? So we keep that, you know what I mean? Just keep that in mind. Number one. Number two is, like I said, I think social media is gonna be the downfall of our society. I think
too late for that, bro.
It's already doing. Yeah, you're right. and it causes so many problems. It's so many issues, and it's a spectrum that we can speak on another day because there's other things. It's not all about dating. It's all about, we can talk about politics. We can talk about mindsets and everything else, and no accountability for false information that social media puts out there, and people believe it. And that's something totally different that we could talk about. But the point of it is, like, when it comes to these, for these young men out here, again, I'll say it again, don't believe the hype. Get to know somebody, ask questions, and don't dedicate yourself until it's time to dedicate. And I don't even know how to define that, because I guess when you know. I don't think there's something, it's just like you get a feeling, but I'm telling you, like, when it comes to these young women, like I see on the YouTube, I spend a good deal of time on YouTube just for, studying and seeing what I could do better, to help out the pod and what people are talking about. But I saw one today. This dude said he came home, and I guess he was working, and they lived together, and he basically paying the bills. But she has a job. She got a job too, right? He come home, like, look, they cut my hours. I need you to put some money on the bills. She was like, I can't do that. I gotta pay for my photo shoot. What? What? We gotta live. You see this roof? They ain't gonna be here tomorrow. You know what I mean? I need you to be putting some money in this thing. She talking about something I gotta pay. Well, you gotta go do something. You gotta take care of it. Like, be careful, fellas, man. Don't sign lease. Listen, don't sign a lease with nobody unless you're married. Don't buy a house with nobody unless you're married or it's an investment property of some sort. Don't be fooled. And the women too, listen. But I'll say this. Women are smarter than men when it comes to this. Because the women will sign a lease. Let your black ass move in.
Right.
And she knows she got you. What did Chappelle say? Got you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, got you. Yeah. Oh, wait. Man, go to your mama's house. You can't say a damn thing. You just gotta get up out of that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me, man. So, like I said, gentlemen, if y'all listening, young boys, don't worry. First of all, don't worry about the women. If you young and you ain't in a relationship, don't worry about the women. Don't worry about the cars. Don't worry about the glitz.
Be about your business, bro.
Be about your finances, and everything else will come, and it will come easily and without stress. Yeah. Trust me, as far as that goes. And as far about women out there, understand this. When it comes to, some men are going to do that for you. Like, they're going to submit for you. They're going to be a yes man. And everything you say, you could talk to them all types of ways, call them all types of names, call them a bitch, and all that, a pussy, whatever, you know what I mean? And I might get hit with YouTube, but we ain't got that many views anyway, don't worry about it. But, and you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to say all these things to them, and they'll stay there. You don't want that, man. That's why you talk to them like that, because you want them to go. Because if a man, like, deserves your respect, he would have your respect while you've been asking for it. And people talk about alphas and everything, you don't got, if you an alpha, they know. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to even say it. You know what I mean? Your woman going to treat you accordingly how you let them treat you.
Masculinity will bring out the femininity.
Of course. Facts. That easy. Don't stoop down to a level that is, don't ever disrespect yourself. You said people earn respect. Don't ever disrespect yourself. And that's how people like Rossi all the time, man. These women, like, you see the Jones on the YouTube, where they talking about they got a boyfriend, next thing you know, they kissing a whole another dude in the mouth. On tape. On tape.
On the mouth. Kissing them hard in the mouth.
On tape. Like, they should respect you. We should go, like, I remember I seen the joint, dude was in the club, and the dude was with old girls, like an Asian couple. And they cool and chilling. This other dude pull up on the Asian chick, start dancing with it, boom, boom, boom. The dude just like, ha, ha, ha. He laughing like, oh, that's cool. They go to the bar. The dude got his arm around the corner to this joint, like, what's up, baby? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? He's saying it right here. Like, this.
Stressing.
You still there? Bro, either one or two things. Matter of fact, ain't only one thing happening, bro. Because if she let him do that, she don't respect you, G. Like, it's not even about hands with him. Because I don't know you, G. I probably, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
See,
I probably had to throw hands
in that situation.
I ain't gonna lie.
In that
I probably got to do something.
I mean, yeah, but in that situation, he doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? The boy.
Which one? The one that's hollering or the one that?
Like if he don't know you, he don't know her. He doing.
He doing. You can't get mad at him.
In that situation, though,
what?
I shouldn't have to swell up on board.
It semen come up.
That's her job.
That semen happen.
You know what I'm saying? She should have shut that shit down from the rip. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And like that's like if I walk away, go to the bathroom. Like it's been plenty of time. I walk away, go to the bathroom. I see a dude, pull up on my joint. Check, she gone. All right, bet. I don't get mad. Like, bro, my girl, you know what I mean? You supposed to holler. I'm not mad at that joke. You know what I'm saying? Now, but this situation a little bit different, Brother Jay, because he with the chick on the dance floor. Huh? He with her. And then another bro in front of him. Oh, yeah, it's just stuff, baby. Oh, I gotta have something. I gotta check out them ingredients. We about to check the nutrition facts. You know what I'm saying? Like real quick. But yeah, that was a good talk, man. Yo, I like that. So I'm gonna cut it. And before we go though, you wanna add any things to the joint before we get on the Eagles? Anything you wanna add on?
Eagles, all day. Gang.
Yeah, Bird gang.